Hello everyone, this hour on Verbally, the next in my speaking skills series. Today we're going to be talking all about time on speaking skills. But before we do, first a little bit about me. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. By the way, here are 3 quick rules to help you participate in this class. Don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up. That means, change the slide, turn off your microphone when you're not speaking so we can keep the classroom nice and quiet. Also, tune in to the new words and the new expressions you're going to learn. That means use them as actively as you can, so I can correct you and give you feedback. And finally, open up to your classmates. Relax and have fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. And that is a little bit about me. Today, we're going to be talking all about time. We're going to try to look at some good expressions you can use. We're going to talk about how to express different time periods or durations, and we're going to talk about how time is different in different cultures. So we're going to try to cover lots and lots of things at the same time. Okay, so let's get started. While everyone is coming into class, let me just show you the material. As you know, is always under the Verbling video window. I put open this so you can see it. I also put it in the chat window. When you open it, you will see this graphic, and you know you're in the right place. And what you can do is go down to today's class, which is the 6th class of the series so far. Click on it, it'll take you to page 4, and there you've got our presentation, and I'm probably going to be giving you a few exercises to do on this page as well. Any key words that we learn, I'm going to try to put in the word list. In fact, let's call this word list instead of keywords. I'm going to put that there for you so you can review them after class. Okay? And if you click on that presentation, link to presentation, I'll share it on screen, but you can open it in your computer as well. All right? So, let's say a quick hello to all of you before we begin. First, welcome back to Raphael. Nice to see you, Raphael.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. Let's say hello to Ksenia. Hello, Ksenia. How are you?
Hello. I'm
How
fine,
you doing?
thank you.
Very good.
Fine.
And also Jose. Hello, Jose, from yesterday. Jose Sastre.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
Hi.
All right. So, let's get started. As I said, depending on how we interact and the level we're at, I'm probably going to add some material, which I'll be putting here in our document, okay? But let's start with a little discussion. So first of all, what do you think is happening in this picture? What do you think happened before, and what do you think is going to happen next? So, Raphael, take a look at that picture. What do you think?
As as we can see, there is a busy businessman that it's in a hurry because he's arriving with delay to the airport or to his office. For this reason, he looks with this grief face with a lot of worry in his face. He's thinking his boss gonna go to fire him because it's the 3rd time in this month he arrived late.
So there's a busy businessman. He's arrived late to the airport. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
And what's going to happen next? with his boss?
Mm,
What's he
it's
worried
the
about?
yeah. It's the third time he arrived late at his office, and for this reason, he's very worried about what is gonna happen to him, cause it could be fired by his boss.
So he's worried about his job.
Hmm.
He could be fired. Okay. So is he going to the office or is he at the airport? Because I thought you said he arrived late at the airport.
Yes, I don't know because in the background I don't know what he said. It could be a door. I can see a door. It should be perhaps his office. He's
All right.
arrived because it looks like stairs on the background. Um,
Could be. Yeah, okay. We don't really know, of course. We have to just kind of guess. We don't really know. Um, and let me see. So, Ksenia, what do you think happened before this picture? Let's see. Go ahead.
Maybe he woke up in not right time for him. Maybe he fell asleep after his alarm woke him up, and as a result, he has some problem for his timing right now, and I think he is late to his job maybe.
All right. So at a not right time, maybe he woke up in a not right time would be at the wrong time, you mean?
Yeah.
Maybe he woke up at the wrong time. All right. So we've got the past, present, and future all in one place in this picture. And of course, we don't really know. We don't really know what's going on here. But I wanted to use that so we can talk about time in different ways. So, first of all, let's take a look at that picture and tell me something. The period, Jose, the period from his house to his job, that period of time to get to work. I want you to talk about how long it normally is and how long it was on this day. So think about the distance from his home to his job, because Raphael said that he's late. Ksenia said that he probably woke up at the wrong time. Okay. So I want you to tell me, in your opinion, the time between his home and his office. How long? What do you think? Normally and today.
How long? Maybe 1 hour.
They say that in a whole sentence.
He go out of his house and he had to walk 1 kilometer. After that, take a metro and travel during 30 minutes in the metro. After that, he had to help one blind man to cross the street and take a coffee in Starbucks. And this day, in concrete, in this day, he has so hungry, and with the coffee bought a cookies. And for these cookies are the reason to he is late.
It's the cookies that did it. Of course. So altogether, how long did it take? Altogether?
1 hour.
In a complete sentence. Altogether.
Okay, altogether, suppose for him 1 hour between his home to his job.
his home to his job. All right. Everyone, take a look at those sentences in the chat window for a second. In fact, let's put them here in our material. I'm going to change to this for a second. Let's take a look at these two sentences. There we go. Can't see it very well. Give me a second. There we go. So, what I want to show you, let's take a look at this as an example. What I want to show you is when we talk about time passing, let's talk about time passing. There's two verbs that we usually use when time passes. And one of them you can see. This one. In Jose's sentence. What's the other one? Take is one. And we're talking about time passing. Can you think of another one that we could put?
I don't know.
All of you, class. Besides to take, any other key verbs for passing time that you can think of? Class? Anyone? Class? Hello? Anyone? Hello? Class? Sergio? No?
Get?
Say again?
Give?
Maybe get? No?
Get. Well, not really about time, though, is it? You're right. You're on the right track. But we always have to answer the question of how long. Sorry, this is a little hard to read. Let me fix this. We're always asking the question of how long. So we can say how long something takes, or we can say to last. It's another good keyword. How long? When we're talking about time passing, to take and to last. So let's take a look at this sentence. Altogether, it took how long between his home? It took, I think, Jose, you said, 1 hour. 1 hour to do what? Ksenia? To? What you said before, to?
To get?
Right. 1 hour to get where?
His job?
1 hour to get to his job. Right. Okay, so that's a good example of take. Now, class, let's look at this one. He has to walk for 50 minutes. He has to take the metro during 30 minutes. I don't know if I like the word during in this sentence. Okay? So we have to change that sentence. We could also use this verb to last. Okay? You can have two choices. You could change the preposition, or you could change the verb. So let's take that as an example. How could we change that sentence? Either using to last for the metro trip, the trip on the metro, or changing the verb during. Any ideas?
Spend?
Okay. So say the sentence with spend, sure.
He has to walk for 15 minutes. He has to take the metro, spending 30 minutes.
Okay, we could say it like this, two ways. The trip, blank, 30 minutes, or he took the metro, blank, 30 minutes. We give you two choices here with two different ways you could change it. What do you think, Sergio? What do you think about the first one?
The trip takes 30 minutes.
Okay. And what if we use to last? How would you say it then?
The trip lasting lasts 30 minutes.
Okay.
I never used actually this term to think about.
The trip lasts 30 minutes. Okay. We're talking about what he does all the time. He has to walk for 50 minutes, as Jose said. He has to take the metro. The trip lasts 30 minutes is okay. And Rafael, what if we change the preposition? What if we don't say during? Because in fact in English we don't really say during in this way. Rafael, what can we say instead of during in that sentence? He took the metro blank 30 minutes. Can you think of another one? You think of an alternative to during? No, Rafael? What about the rest of you? Class? Instead of during, what could we say?
For, I said.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
okay,
mic
okay.
was mute, so I didn't realize.
Got it.
Or could be.
Not could be is. It is the right answer. Not could be. It is. He took the metro for 30 minutes. So he has to walk 50 minutes. He has to take the metro for 30 minutes. And then he had to stop at Starbucks, have his coffee, and he was so hungry that he ate cookies, and that's why he's late. All right. That just shows you a little bit about how to talk about the passage of time. Another thing that sometimes is confusing, let me just see if I can give you a quick exercise here. Well, let's go back to our presentation first. We're going to come back to that in a moment. What do you think this idiom means? Oh, we've got Jose. We've got the other Jose, too. So I'm going to have to call you Jose. I'm going to have to say, well, how do I say your last name, Jose?
Ochando.
Ochando. I'm going to have to say Ochando and Sastre. Otherwise, we're going to get confused because there's two Joses. Mr. Ochando, what do you think this idiom means? Time is money.
Time is money. The time is money.
That's right. What does it mean?
The meaning is that the time has a value.
Time has value. Okay.
Has value.
Just like money has value.
Yes.
Okay.
Both things have value.
Both things have value. By the way, look at the chat window. Be careful.
Okay.
The mean is, not the mean, but the meaning. The meaning is that time has value just like money has value. And Mr. Sastre, can you think of a situation where you would say time is money?
Every day, for example, your time is money. If I need something help me, for example, one professional of the construction to do a house for my dog, his time costs me money.
That's true. A house for your dog, did you say?
Yes, a house in the garden.
Oh, I thought you said someone was going to build a house for your dog. Who is the house for? By the way, there's nothing wrong with having a house for your dog. That's perfectly okay. I just don't know if I heard you correctly. So, you have to pay people according to their time. Ksenia, do you have any idioms like this in your language?
Money or time, I can remember only for money. It's something like that. To have 100 francs is much better than to have $100.
To have 100 francs, but francs don't exist anymore.
Why?
Why? Who uses Franks?
I think we have a lot of friends on Facebook.
Oh, friends. Oh,
Friends.
I could
And
hear
you?
you.
And what do you think?
To have 100 friends is better.
Yes,
And
than to have $100.
having $100. Not to have, but having.
Having.
Having $100. I completely agree with that because $100 doesn't buy you anything today.
Yes.
If you have 100 friends and they each give you $1, you'd have $100. And what you really want is all of them to take you out to one meal, and it'll probably be worth probably more like $1,000. So I agree. 100 friends will get you a lot more money. I agree.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good. By the way, are there any other idioms for time or money in your country or culture, class?
Time flies.
Time flies. You know the expression? Time flies when you're having fun. Fruit flies when you eat a banana. You know that one? That's Groucho Marx. That wasn't me. Time flies when you're having fun. You say that in Brazil?
O tempo voa.
You say that? O tempo voa?
Tempo voa. Mhm.
Ah, there you go. Well, I've got a few other idioms or similar expressions on the next page. So, what do you think these phrases mean? Could you choose a phrase or define it? Well, what I really want you to do is try to use them in a sentence so we can see how they're actually used and what situations it could be used in. So, Raphael, try to use save time. We've got save time, waste time, spend time, invest time, use time wisely, and lose time. Some of these are similar but different. So, Raphael, why don't you take save time? Ksenia, why don't you take waste time? Mr. Ochando, I hope I got that right. Why don't you take spend time? Mr. Sastra, why didn't you take invest time? Sergio,
You do something that, for this reason, you can gain time. You are saving time if you do in another way. For example, if I want to go to my office and I get the tube, I save time for 10 or 15 minutes.
I can save time. Okay, good. I can save time by doing what? Construct a sentence like that. I can save time by...
I can save time by getting the tube instead of going in my car.
I can save, I've got the time in my sentence. I can save time by getting the tube instead of, we'll keep it simple like that. Okay? By the way, whoops, take a look in the chat window as well. Be careful with the expression for this reason, because we don't use it. We just don't use it. It's too formal. If you're writing a paper or doing a presentation, you might say, for this reason, stock prices have been decreasing.
I am mixing different classes from business letters and
yeah, exactly. But even in business, when you're speaking, we say things simply. So just because is better, right? So be careful with for this reason, or just avoid using it in everyday language. It sounds too formal. Okay, but that's a good example. I can save time by getting the tube instead of driving. Okay, Ksenia, what about waste time?
Waste time, it's an expression with a negative meaning, I think.
So use it in a sentence. Give us an example.
Okay, you shouldn't waste your time on computer game. You should to pay attention on your school subject.
You shouldn't waste your time on video games.
Video games?
They used to be called video games. Now, maybe they're not, but I'm old. You shouldn't waste your time on video games. Instead, what should you do?
Pay attention on your school subjects.
Focus on
Focus.
your homework.
Okay.
Focus on your homework. Okay, very good. Don't waste time. You can also waste time by doing something. Waste time by playing video games as well. You could use by here. Okay?
Okay.
Mr. Jose Wallace Ochando. What about spend time?
Okay, spend time when you pass your time doing something, some productivity thing, some productive thing.
Guess what, Jose? Guess what, Jose? Wait a second. Guess what, Jose? We cannot pass time in English.
I use my time doing something, some productive thing.
Okay, it's good, but just be careful. We can't pass time like in Spanish. No, spent. We say spent.
Spend. I spend. Okay.
Okay. So give me a sentence that's a good example of spending time.
I spend. I love spending time with my family.
There you go. Excellent. I love spending time with
my family.
My family. Excellent. Okay. So far, so good. And the other Mr. Jose, Mr. Sastre. Now we've got invest time. This is a little different than spending time, isn't it? How would you use that in a sentence?
I invest time to improve my knowledge about the space.
Invest time. I would change that sentence just a little bit. I would say, I invested a lot of time to learn. I invested a lot of time in learning about space. Because, class, you don't know this, but Jose Sestra is an astronaut. Isn't that right, Jose?
Yes, of course.
Yes. And he's in orbit right now. How's the view? Good?
Good.
Very good. We're going to go back to the beginning with Sergio, and then we're going to add Mr. Shinue at the end. So, Mr. Sergio, what do you think about use time wisely in a sentence?
Okay. I shouldn't have said that. I'm really sorry. But you are using your time, but you have to use your time wisely.
You lost me in the beginning, though. The ending I understood, but what do you mean? I shouldn't have said that? What did you say?
Because I criticize he or she.
Oh, you're criticizing someone. Okay. So we got to make the sentence a little bit more clear, though. It's not so clear yet. Okay. So this is what you said. Take a look in the chat window. But we need a little bit more context for it to make complete sense.
Okay.
You said, but you have to use your time wisely. So I don't know what you said. Did you say, what did you say that you're apologizing for?
Okay, I have to put something before. Okay, put in context. You're gonna fail in the exam.
Okay. I shouldn't have said be careful with Ghana, by the way. I know that a lot of people say that that's how it's pronounced, but to be honest with you, I don't know. It's better just say going to. It's really the right word. Be careful with it. I would say you should not have said that I should not have said that you are going to fail the exam. But you do have to use your time wisely. And that is a very good example. Notice I have to say do in the second part of the sentence, because I'm giving a strong affirmation. So I have to add do. Okay, that's a good example. And Mr. Shinrei, look at that last one. We're giving examples to some of these collocations. We can save time, waste time, spend time, invest time, use time wisely. How would you use lose time in a sentence? Be careful. Lose time does not mean the same as waste time. They're actually different. What do you think, Shinrei? Shinrei doesn't think anything. He's not responding. Are you there, Mr. Shinrei? Hello? I don't hear
Hello,
you.
I'm here. I'm thinking.
There you are.
I'm thinking.
Oh, you're thinking. Okay.
Yes, I'm thinking. I'm still thinking.
Don't think. You speak, and I'll correct you. If it's wrong, I'll correct you. And by the way, there's wrong and then there's wrong. Just because.
Hurry up. In case you would lose time.
Okay, good. Hurry up. I would change that a little bit. Okay? Hurry up. We're losing time by. What are we doing that we're losing time? What are we doing that's making us lose time? What do you think? Hurry up. We're losing time because. What are we doing?
Because
don't say anything dirty.
My brain is full of my brains aren't work now.
Well, imagine that we're going very slowly, okay? So we could say something like, hurry up. We're losing time by taking all the country roads instead of the highway. We're losing time. We're not wasting time, actually. We're losing time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put those examples. Let's put those examples that we've just seen in the material on the notes. Hang on a second. I'm going to put these here for you first. And I'm going to go back to the presentation and look at our definitions. So, losing time is to use it unwisely, basically. In other words, it'd be faster on the highway. But we're not wasting time, because we're not doing something unnecessary. We're doing something necessary, but not as fast. To manage time well, to use it wisely. Let's look at our sentence. I should not have said you're going to fail the exam, but you do have to use your time wisely. In other words, you have to manage your time. You have to budget, you could also say. You have to budget your time. Okay, so it works. Your time.
Teacher.
Yes.
Now I have thought about an example about losing time.
Go for
it. Stand up. You're losing time by chatting with those stupid people.
Well, that would probably be more wasting time, because look, waste time is to spend time on unnecessary things. And if you're talking to stupid people, you're probably wasting your time with them, right? So you could say, what was our one about wasted time? Wasted time was the second. Spending time was the third. Oh, I think I'm missing some, but let's put that for the second here. You're wasting your time with those stupid people. Stupid is not spelled like that. There we go. So it's unnecessary. And the other example, I missed one. What was the other one I missed for the one that was done by, I think it was Raphael. Save time, right? Yeah, the first one, save time, and Raphael said, I can save time by getting the tube instead of driving. So let's put that one there as well. Hang on just a second. Okay. And it should say I can save time by getting the tube instead of driving to work, or whatever you want to say. Okay, these are all good examples. Let's talk about the concept of time for a minute. Can I get a reader for this? What do you think? Shiniwayu, can you read this for us? Let's talk a little bit about culture.
Ham. Read the paragraph about culture, then discuss.
Mm-hmm.
In America, being on time is extremely important. To be even 5 minutes late for an appointment
Appointment.
Oh, for an appointment is considered insulting. In many Middle Eastern countries, a salesperson may wait for many hours to see a customer. In some places in Africa, a day's work can be 1 hour or 12 hours.
So these are some stereotypes about time. They may not be true all the time. So
Teacher,
go for it.
I tell you my real experience.
Yeah? Go ahead.
I am working in the company.
Uh-huh.
In my company, there are a few people from Africa.
Mm-hmm. Be very careful what you're going to say, Shinwei. Be very careful what you're going to say.
Often follow the rules on time.
I didn't catch the last part. Sorry.
Oh, in my company, a few people from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
They don't often follow the rules on time.
Mm-hmm. So time is different. So time is different in their culture, is what you mean.
Yes.
Well, I can tell you, when I moved from America to Portugal, when I was here for the first time, I couldn't understand how people could be so relaxed about time. I couldn't understand it because it seems like everyone was wasting so much time. Everything was so slow. By the way, here's a true story. Tell me if you can relate to this. I had to see a doctor. I had to see a specialist. I went to the doctor, and your family doctor has to refer you to a specialist in the public system. So I was told, you're going to get a letter from us. It's going to take 2 or 3 months to get the letter. And the letter will tell you when your appointment is. Right? True story. True story. There's more to it. I got the letter in 3 days. I got the letter. And it was even stranger because I had moved, so they didn't have my current address, but I don't know how they did it. They found my current address. I got the letter in like 5 days. Guess when my appointment for the specialist is? The appointment is in September. I got the letter fast, and I got the appointment slow. True. Time in
It's very
America. In America, that would never happen in a million years. Well, we don't have public doctors, so that's a problem. But you would never wait 4 or 5 months for an appointment. It just doesn't happen. Simply. I want to get to some opinions from the rest of you about time in your culture, between different cultures. How is the concept of time different in your country from others that you've been to? Do you have any experiences?
In China, most of people are on time.
People are on time in China. Okay, very good. And Ksenia, you're in, you said not Slovenia, but Slovakia, wasn't it?
Russia.
Oh, you're in Russia, sorry.
Yes, in Russia. I think in Russia it's the same situation with America, but in America I think you have a few person who don't like to be on time. So it's the same in our country. But as for me, I'm a very person who want to be on time everywhere and all the time. So I don't know how to say it's
punctual.
Punctual, yes.
Right? You could be. I'm a very punctual person.
Yes, I'm a very punctual person, and I appreciate when somebody is punctual too.
Okay.
I think it's great.
It's also a good expression. I'm punctual. I appreciate when they're punctual too. And let me see. So Sergio, you've been in different cultures. What kinds of problems can a different concept of time cause when people are in different cultures? So you were in Florida when I first met you, and I think you're back in Brazil now. Am I right?
That's right.
So what kinds of problems can these cultural time issues cause when people have different concepts of time? Do you have any experiences with that?
Honestly, for me, it's not a big deal because I'm not trying, but I'm a punctual person as well. But I saw some interesting cases in Florida. For example, I remember at the school, a person from, I don't know, but it's from the south. I mean this.
The American South, you mean?
Yeah, the American South, and she has arrived. She arrived, late in the class, and trying to explain to the teacher what's the reason, and the teacher just say, "Oh, I'm in teaching now. I have no time for your excuses. Just sit and pay attention to the class, and after class maybe you can talk to." But it's not for me. It was something like she wasn't not concerned, but here in Brazil, for example, probably the teacher will be waiting for some excuse, like stop the class will be stopped, and okay, explain why the traffic jam, overslept, or whatever.
Oh, wait, it was a teacher who was late?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a student. It was the teacher who was late, yeah?
Yeah. No, the student.
Oh, it's a student, okay.
Yeah. But and this some, for me, it's like, oh, it's time flies. She is not waste time, our time actually, for
Right.
the rest of the students, and because okay, you are late. Okay, just be attention that the next time you will be out because it's not permitted, and that's it. No, like, oh, have to explain because what happened. No, just sit and let's.
Because in America, time is money.
Time is money. Yeah, that's it.
She wants to move on, finish the course so she can do another one. She doesn't want to slow. The first time when I was doing graduate school here in Portugal, the first class, the first seminar not the first, but there was a seminar I went to. We had to do seminars as part of the master's degree. The first seminar I went to, all the students were waiting outside of the classroom, right? This is another true story. By the way, there's a lot of good things about Portugal, but when it comes to time, nothing is good here. All the students were waiting outside the classroom. This is a, you know, there were PhD students and master's students. These aren't kids. And after half an hour, I said, wait a second, is the class not happening today? What's going on? And everyone was just kind of like looking around, and then everyone just sort of left. Next week, came back, same thing happened. And I was saying to everyone, because I'm American, so I said, hey, look, all you Portuguese people, shouldn't we ask someone what's going on? And they're like, who cares? Everyone left. So I didn't go to the third week because I thought the class had been canceled. And then I saw someone in the hallway who said, hey, why weren't you in class? We had our first class. And apparently, that's how it, maybe that's just this university, but apparently that's how things, it was perfectly normal that no one made any announcement, everyone was confused, and it didn't really matter. So that's another of my complaints about trying to get used to another culture. I want to give you a little diagram that I think might help you with some language when you talk, some time expressions. I don't have this in the presentation, so I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it here in our notes. Let's see if you can see that. Okay, so I made a little mind map for you. Hopefully, everyone can see that. Doctors say you should stay in bed for the time being. I want you, let's all just take a sentence, and then I'm going to give you an exercise or two to practice this, and then we're going to try to use these in a speaking situation in just a minute. Okay? So let's read through this first. Give me just a second to... I can't get rid of the highlighting. Okay, we'll just leave it. Oh, there it is. Okay, for some reason I can't get rid of the yellow border, but don't worry. So everyone, let's take a sentence, read through them first. Okay, I did the first one. Jose, Mr. Sestra, you do the next one. Let's just go around the mind map and read it once. Okay, do the next one for me, Jose.
The doctor says you should stay in bed for the time being.
For the time being. Okay? In other words, for now. Okay? Mr. Ochando, can you read the second?
Okay. He can get a bit bad-tempered at times.
At times. Okay? What's another way to say that? In English or in Spanish? What's another way to say that? At times.
He can get a bit bad-tempered at times. Now?
Is it now?
No, in the future?
Yeah. How often does it occur? Does it occur every day?
Every day, no.
No, not every day.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So at times means sometimes.
Sometimes.
That's
Okay.
it. Ksenia, can you read the next?
By the time we get home, the pizza will be cold. When we get home.
That's it. When we get home. Raphael, can you read the next?
I've told you time and time again not to ring me at the office. I've told you different times, many times.
Many times. Not
to
different
ring me.
times. Many times. Time and time again. In other words, I tell you all the time not to do it. Okay? Very good. Sergio, take the top right.
Okay. One at a time, please. I can't serve you all together.
Another way to say that might be what? Or if you're not sure, you can say the opposite as well. What's the opposite of one at a time?
Please, I can't serve you all together.
So
usually?
Not usually, because look, I can't serve you all together, so probably this is like someone at a counter, right? and there's a long line of people, but they're not lined up. They're all coming. What's the opposite of one at a time? If everyone is talking to you, and they're not lined up, and they're not orderly, it's like chaos.
This would be once a time, one person at a time.
That's what this means. One at a time is one person at a time. Yeah. So what's the opposite? Let's think about that.
Everyone.
Everyone. What?
At time.
Not everyone at a time. We say everyone at once. Everyone at once, or all at once is the opposite.
All at once.
Right? It's the opposite of one at a time. Okay, so I'll put that there as well. Sergio, Mr. Shinue, can you read the next?
We got there just in time for dinner.
Yeah, another way to say just in time.
Just in time. I'm thinking.
If you're not sure of an alternative, then you could say the opposite. What's the opposite of just in time?
I think about the synonym of this phrase. It means exactly.
It means what? Sorry?
Exactly.
You lost me. Could you write it in the window? Write it in the chat window, because I didn't understand the last part.
Exactly.
Listen to me. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to work on the Z's, like zoo, z, Zach.
Exactly.
Good.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. You're absolutely right. It means exactly on time. We got there just in time, or at the right, or on time is another way to say just in time. But on time, just in time means more specifically at the last. I want you to imagine for a second. Forget about all of this. We're going to go here. I want you to do. We only have just 2 or 3 minutes, but maybe we could do a little short role play here. I want you to use those expressions you learned, not just the ones we just talked about, for the time being, at times, by the time and time again, but also the waste time, spend time, use time wisely. All of those expressions, I'd like you to use them in a realistic situation. So let's imagine we're working together. You are working together to design a time management and computer program. That's your job. Everyone is wasting time at work. Okay? So we are business people. Student A is Mr. Jose Sestra. You are an American businessman. You are 20 minutes late. You hope that no one notices. Ksenia, you are an American business woman, and your coworker came in 20 minutes late. You know that they have been told to come on time, so you're used to this. You're a little bit angry, maybe. Mr. Raphael, you've just got promoted to the head of the team. You're the boss. You arrived to the minutes 10 minutes early. You're bored because you've been waiting so long. Let's see, Mr. Sergio, you're a consultant who gets paid by the hour. The longer this meeting takes, the better for you, because time is money. Mr. Shinue, Mr. Jose Ochando, and me, we are the other people in the company. So basically, we have a consultant and we need to come up with a time management program. I want you to use as many of the expressions as you can as we try to decide what our program should be like, and if we're going to talk about the time we have for the meeting. Okay? So, Mr. Raphael, since you just got promoted to the head of the team, you might be the one running the meeting. So what would you say? You've arrived 10 minutes early, right?
Right.
You've arrived 10 minutes early. Rafael, you're the head of the team, right?
Yes.
All right.
Is for the fourth? The role playing for the fourth at the same time?
We're gonna do a quick role play. We've all got a different role. Rafael, you're C.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Ksenia, you're B. Jose Cesar, you were A. Sergio, I think you were D. And Shinue, Jose, and me, we're just participating in the meeting. The meeting has started. You've already been here 10 minutes. So you're a little bit annoyed, Rafael.
Okay.
And our goal is to talk about time management. We're going to create a program for it. But we've only got 2 minutes left in our meeting. We've got to be fast.
Okay.
So how would you get us started?
Well, good morning for all. At all, I'm very worried about what is happening because I've been waiting for more than 15 minutes and I think it's so incredible. I don't think we can.
Good expression. Good expression.
Nobody is punctual.
That's true. Hey, wait. I came in on time, and Mr. Jose Ochanto came on time. We were on time, right?
By the time we could do something, some productivity thing.
Some productive thing.
Some productive thing.
That's true.
But someone is late as usual.
I wonder who. Were you late?
No, I was on time, but I think it's Sergio, yes?
No, I was here.
I got at the meeting. I got at the meeting 10 minutes later, and I think we need to do an agreement because we are having different meetings from right now to other days, and we need to arrange that we need to stay here 5 minutes in advance at the beginning of the meeting. Are you agree? What do you think about the agreement?
I'm the only one who agrees.
Everybody could be on time the next meeting or 5 minutes in advance.
Well, I'd like to ask a question to Mr. Jose. It seems to me that the only one who was really late today was you. What happened, Jose?
I'm so sorry, but one of my car's wheels exploded in the motorway.
Oh my God!
I had to change it, but I promise it.
Meeting and you did the same thing.
Yes, because I have 4 wheels in my car. 2 times 2 wheels.
I see. So that means you're gonna be late 2 more times before you get the helicopter.
Yes, with an helicopter you don't have problems with the parking or the wheels. It's perfect.
It is perfect, but I don't know where you're gonna land. Listen, everyone. We've got to stop at this point. We have to stop at this point, unfortunately, because I've got to go forward with our business class. Okay, but I will put in I will put in the keywords that we've talked about in the material in our notes. Great job talking about time, and I've got a little bit of homework for you to do to practice some of the expressions you've seen today. I'll post it in the notes for you to do. If I forget, just remind me by sending me a message, and I'll be back for the business class in 30 seconds. So stick around. We're just beginning our new unit on working life, how you describe your working life. Okay? I'll be back in just